Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the crypto market seems to be rallying. I woke up this morning to a pleasant surprise. Bitcoin reaching 54,100 per BTC. I've got Bitcoin here on the hourly, guys, and let me throw Fibonacci on there. We have now pierced the 0.702 level, and you guys can see we're finding a little bit of resistance here, but ultimately we have pierced that level. Looks like Bitcoin is moving its way on up, at least as of right now, what I'm seeing here on the charts. We are making higher lows. Higher lows, you guys can see that, and now it is confirmed higher highs. So new highs have been recorded within the micro time frame. Okay, so obviously not the macro time frame, the micro time frame, which definitely does speak to where we could potentially see Bitcoin going in the coming hours and days. Now, if I bring up XRP here on the chart, we can see trading right now at 48 cents, but not that dramatic push up like we've seen for Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies. But this is normal for XRP. You know, we've seen this in the past, and XRP tends to shoot up later on. Last and fast, as they say. Here's the crypto market cap right now at $1.6 billion, so it has surpassed that 1.5 mark, but Bitcoin dominance over here, guys, you can see only at 60.3%, so alts are rallying with Bitcoin. You can see down here, Bitcoin's up 7.8, Ethereum's up 6.3, Binance coin up 15%, a whopping 15%, back in the number 3 spot. We've got Cardano up 5.7, Polkadot up 5.7, XRP only up 1%, and then the rest of the coins down here. Ultimately, though, we're looking at this and it's looking like mostly all coins are up, a sea of green, as they say. So this is positive news, of course. We got to follow Bitcoin. That is the heart of the market, to see where the rest of the market goes. I'm anxious to see what happens once we get to this all-time high up here, back up to 58,000, if we'll pierce through that and soar right to 60,000, 65, 70, dare I say, or if we will be met by a lot of resistance and the price comes shooting right back down. I mean, it could be that it might be a double top on the longer time frame. I mean, I'm doubting that this is the case, but it could turn into a situation like that where we do form a double top on this longer time frame, the daily, and then we come back down even further. I'm hoping we're going to see something a little more like we saw over here, where, basically the trend just bottomed out and now we're rebounding up to see higher highs for Bitcoin. I mean, I think it is fairly safe to say that there are still gains to be had with Bitcoin, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Also, just wanted to remind you guys that we are closer to reaching 70,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now. I am giving away a Ledger Nano S and X, so all you have to do basically is be subscribed to the channel, and you will be eligible for the giveaway, guys. I'm giving them away on April 1st, but we have to reach 70,000 by March 31st. Wanted to continue on here, though. I saw this from Arturo Pertilla, so this is with regards to the SEC lawsuit, and, I'm going to be talking about that latest statement that Ripple made today, saying that they have dissolved their current partnership with MoneyGram. What that could mean, there are some different theories, floating around the space right now. I wanted to start it off with this, though, because I think this will tie in, or at least maybe it ties in. I'm going to get into that in a sec. So Arturo Pertilla says, I'm perplexed that neither CoinCenter nor Blockchain Association have issued a single statement on the SEC versus Ripple, let alone fight the industry-harming interpretation of securities laws, despite this case clearly falling within these advocacy groups' missions. And then he's attached some images for reference here. He goes on to say, I see no single strategic reason beyond perhaps management bias for these blockchain crypto, more like BTC/Ethereum advocates, to not fight the SEC's harmful predilection to regulate crypto through reckless enforcement actions that destabilize the industry as a whole. Same goes for digital asset markets, and he's tagging everybody in this tweet thread. These advocacy groups describe themselves as entities created with the sole purpose to help create adequate regulatory frameworks for digital assets, yet they choose to relinquish the single most important opportunity to shape the landscape. These associations, including CoinCenter, Blockchain Association, and Digital Asset Markets, have members and supporters who in some way, either by providing trading, custody, investment, or payment services, offer support for cryptos that, like XRP, could be recklessly classified by the SEC as non-compliant securities. Notably, Ripple is not only a member of the Blockchain Association, but the association itself has appointed A, Ripple's Stuart Alderati as a member of its board, and B, Ron Hammond, former government affairs employee at Ripple and its director of government affairs. Likewise, Michelle Bond, former head of government and regulatory affairs at Ripple, has been also appointed as CEO of Digital Asset Markets. Yet these advocacy groups have failed to share any sign of concern on the overreaching interpretation of securities laws made by the SEC. if the SEC versus Ripple case isn't the perfect opportunity for these groups to actually advocate for the whole crypto industry for a millionth time, this is not only about Ripple and XRP, guys. I don't know what they will be willing to advocate for or under which circumstances. Perhaps they'll wait until the SEC launches an enforcement action against the Ethereum Foundation, but if such an event does occur, it will most definitely be too late to get involved in this matter. So very, very astute and poignant, I think, point that Arturo Portilla makes here is that, there are these associations that are supposed to stand up for these blockchain companies, yet this is a perfect opportunity. Ripple is in court with the SEC and mum's the word. We haven't heard anything. Not only that, there are members on the boards of some of these associations that are also employed by Ripple, and we're still not hearing anything. And, he's suggesting that perhaps if this were a crusade against Bitcoin or Ethereum, it would be a different outcome. Yet, it's against Ripple and we're not hearing anything. This, to me, sounds like there is probably more than meets the eye here. Possibly a lot of politics behind the scenes that, the everyday person, the everyday investor is not privy to, especially not retail investors. And so why is this? Why are there these associations that aren't standing up for exactly what they say they want to stand up for? Well, just yesterday we got this statement from Brad Garlinghouse. Today we're announcing that Ripple and MGI have together decided to wind down our current partnership agreement and are both committed to revisiting it in the future. See our full statement here. And there was a full statement that was just posted yesterday, guys. Together, Ripple and MoneyGram have made the decision to end our current partnership agreement. We are proud of all the work we were able to accomplish in such a short amount of time, as well as the impact we were able to achieve in bringing this first of its kind product to market. Together, we process billions of dollars through RippleNet and on-demand liquidity. We are both committed to revisiting our relationship in the future. We still believe in the promise of digital assets and blockchain technology to change the status quo in global payments for the benefit of billions of customers around the world. That's the official statement from Ripple, and Brad Garlinghouse obviously tweeting this out to let everybody know that no, they are not unhappy with what is going on with MoneyGram, but that they are just putting this on hold, obviously, because of the SEC. Well, the lack of crypto regulatory framework has needlessly muddied the waters, is coming from Brad Garlinghouse as well. For U.S. businesses and consumers, there's no denying what Ripple and MGI have achieved together. Billions of dollars have been sent and settled across borders through ODL with XRP. So we know that it worked, and, some people down here kind of speculating on what will happen next. Dictator Know-It-All says, maybe they'll partner with Stellar even. I don't know if they will, to be honest with you. I think that there's more to this, and so let me just read you, this is another tweet from Ashish Burla with regards to Brad Garlinghouse's tweet. ODL solves a real problem for customers left behind by traditional financial services, providing them with low-cost, fast, transparent, and secure options. Regulatory clarity will come as governments understand the value in this tech for financial inclusion and instant settlement. RippleNet continues to grow, about 2 new customers weekly, with a strong balance sheet allowing us to expand ODL and pilot new solutions like LOC. As the world clamors for crypto-enabled services, we're absolutely confident in RippleNet's product market fit, monetization, and global use. So there is no lack of confidence from the Ripple side. And so, on the surface, this might look like, okay, there's a lawsuit, there is uncertainty using XRP, but this doesn't speak to the fact that MoneyGram can still operate in many other countries around the world. We already know that they do operate in many other countries around the world, and it's really only the United States that has that lack of clarity. So why cancel the agreement? I wanted to bring up this tweet thread here. So this courtesy of XRPCRYPTOWOLF with regards to this MoneyGram statement. And just down here, Jimmy says something big is brewing. I don't know if you guys remember this clip of Brad Garlinghouse on CNN with Julia Chatterley. Listen to this.
I heard a rumor as well that Western Union, obviously big competitor, has realized how steep the competition here and has signed up as a customer. Any truth to that rumor, Brad?
We are very cautious about, we talk about our customers when they're ready to talk about it. There's lots of rumors out there about, various customers Ripple has been working with. Some of them are true, some of them are not true. And so I'm gonna dodge that question. Not very
I can see you doing that. But that's not a no, I notice. And I'm noting that down. Ask about that next time.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Kind of comical. Brad Garlinghouse dodging the question. A potential Western Union partnership. And so could it be that Ripple is just ditching MoneyGram for Western Union? I know some people are thinking that this could be the case. I don't think so. I think Ripple's sights are set on much bigger targets, and we've talked about this before. You know, this idea that central banks, financial institutions around the world want a solution to be able to transfer money, large quantities of money, large sums of money. You know, we've looked at numbers in the past on this channel of the type of volume that runs through the world financial economy every single day, and I believe it's somewhere upwards of $1.4 quadrillion exchanges hands every single day. I'm sorry, it's not 1.4 quadrillion a day, it's 1.25 quadrillion dollars a year. Every single day it's $5 trillion. So just wanted to get that statistic correct. But to my point, Ripple has its sights set on doing big business with big banks, central banks, and financial institutions. I just wanted to go down here and talk a little bit about this idea of ditching MoneyGram and why that could be. Mr. BXRP here says, makes no sense this close to the finish line unless the current partnership agreement is a conflict of interest for Ripple moving forward. Could it be a conflict of interest because Ripple, again, has its sights set on something quite large? Gospodin M. Daniel down here on Twitter says, someone wants technological exclusivity, i.e. central banks. And, you know, that might not be far-fetched. The fact of the matter is Ripple's technology, cutting-edge technology for doing these types of transfers. So could it have been that the MoneyGram partnership, which would have dissolved at a certain period of time anyway, because they would have had to renew that partnership, was a testing ground for what Ripple ultimately wanted to complete down the road? Now, technological exclusivity, for those of you guys who do not know, here is the legal term: for a period of and after the effective date, tenant shall not collaborate with, work with, or assist direct or indirectly in any way any third party or sponsor, co-develop, make, or otherwise support any technology or business in the exclusive field of use. Which means Ripple's technology would be for the big players only, and not for companies like Western Union or MoneyGram, but ultimately for the big banks, big financial institutions, central banks. And now that we've seen this lawsuit, you know, the timeline has been a bit messed up, and so maybe people at MoneyGram and Ripple just kind of both decided collectively that, okay, you know, we were going to do this for this amount of time, and now that there's this wrench being thrown into our plan, let's end it here. We see the results from what we were able to accomplish, and I think we can take that as a win. So an interesting option that we must ponder. A few other people down here, you know, giving their 2 cents, like Anders L. So there likely won't be a settlement coming in the near term, then, I suppose. So some people associating this with the possibility that because there isn't going to be a settlement quickly, that this is why they dissolved their partnership, and that is a possibility as well. But this idea of technological exclusivity definitely speaks to a bigger issue that I know a lot of you guys have been following. Well, here's the other side of it, aka buy the MGI dip, folks. If you don't, then you haven't learned anything. And, you know, the stock market hasn't opened yet. If I bring up MGI here just real quickly, this is MGI, so MoneyGram stock on the daily. It has been moving downward over the last several days. And, you know, this break from Ripple will likely cause more selling pressure on the stock. So I'm curious to see where it does end up in the next several weeks, if we will come basing right back down to $2.50, give or take. So that's also something to keep an eye on if you guys want to capitalize on this news. So back to this tweet thread here, you know, NYC Crypto saying it's going to the banks. So some people assuming, you know, this was a test, others assuming that, you know, it's because they're thinking to themselves, this SEC lawsuit's going to be dragged out for longer. Jesse Hines here saying, just saying, this doesn't happen if you think there's going to be a swift resolution. Belta Iota saying maybe it just means that MoneyGram was not supposed to use XRP in the first place. It is for central banks. And, you know, I know there are going to be people who think, okay, you know what? That's just a big conspiracy theory. Of course, we got to just look at what's in front of us and make a judgment based on that. Ripple's in court. There is a lawsuit going on. These guys clearly can't do business. And so this is why they dissolved the partnership and, you know, left it open for perhaps a renewed partnership sometime in the future. Matthew Fox down here saying, I have the perspective that certain partners must be terminated due to conflicts of interest or were simply beta pilots. I see no FUD in this statement at all, as much as a content calendar of PR releases that have already been planned. Doesn't really make sense though, says Jesse Hines, to be honest. The point of the software is to not play favorites and be available for all. Beta tests make no sense. So what were the reasons behind this? Legitimate reasons having to do with XRP, the utilization in the United States, being thwarted by the SEC lawsuit, or was MoneyGram a test all along? Well, guys, I also happened upon this clip here on Twitter, posted out by Costa Rica Kelly here at SLADECRYPTO here on Twitter. Was MoneyGram merely a test? She retweeted out UK XRP1's tweet here back from November 8th, 2019, so over a year ago. And this is a quick interview with Brad Kimes chasing David Schwartz down a staircase here from Swell 2019. And listen very closely, guys, to what David Schwartz has to say.
Such an incredible win-win. Yeah. And the biggest thing for us is that it means that we have effectively an unlimited source of volume for on-demand liquidity transactions, and we have a motivated customer. So, and to be honest, like, it took us a while to get it right. It's been kind of a bumpy road, and it's nice to have somebody who can provide you as much volume as you can handle, so you can test easily and without having someone who's got some patience and understanding. And the road's gotten a lot less bumpy recently.
Real-time applications.
And now it's just a matter of ramping up volume.
Now, again, I don't know the context, if he was speaking about MoneyGram specifically, because the beginning of this interview was cut off. But he is talking about a partnership, a recent partnership. And remember, guys, this was back from November 2019. Ripple had just signed the partnership with MoneyGram back in June of that same year. David Schwartz saying, you know, it's been great for us. We have unlimited liquidity. We have all this opportunity, and it is a good testing ground for us in order to see what we can really do at scale. So was MoneyGram merely a test, guys? Is there more than meets the eye? And is there a reason why these advocacy groups are not jumping to stand up for Ripple during this lawsuit? Are there plans within plans? Is there something bigger here going on that we are not privy to? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think, and please subscribe to the channel, guys. We need to hit 70,000 by March 31st. I'm giving away 2 Ledger Nanos. They're free to 2 lucky subscribers. I'm going to give them away on April 1st. And like the video if you like the content I'm providing. A thumbs up is just another free way to support the channel. I always love hearing what you guys have to say, so put a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.